This is a film report on the United States Navy's turboprop-powered R3Y waterborne transport, manufactured at Convair's San Diego division. 11 of these aircraft have been manufactured for the Navy, 6 as R3Y1s and 5 as R3Y2s. The R3Y1 is a side-loading aircraft which has a door 120 inches wide and 88 inches high, located on the port side well aft of the propellers. Bow to stern, 139 feet, 8 inches. Wingspan, 145 feet, 9 inches. The R3Y2, sometimes referred to as the Flying LST, has a bow door consisting of the entire nose section, which allows direct loading and unloading of combat troops and vehicles. When in the beaching cradle, the seaplane can be turned around and launched under its own power. Reverse thrust breaks the descent into the water. Waterborne, the R3Y slips free of the cradle and taxis out for takeoff. 8 sources from the turboprop engine supply air for both cabin pressurization and air conditioning. Pressurization differential in the R3Y is 6-to-1. The entire cargo floor withstands a uniform load of 300 pounds per square foot. Recessed fittings and rings placed in the floor in a 20-inch grid pattern secure cargo, hold seat units, and support litter structure. Cargo tie-down fittings can be easily adjusted at any time. The cargo door is on the left side, safely aft of propellers. Opening upward and outward, it is 120 inches wide and 88 inches high. Cargo is easily loaded or unloaded with the aid of forklifts. For direct offloading, forklift trucks can be driven on board. A portable cargo loading platform, hoist, and beam unit is used to handle cargo while the airplane is on the beaching cradle or offshore into barges, amphibious vehicles, or landing craft. Pneumatic winches and pulley-type pogo sticks move cargo to any desired location within the cargo compartment. The 2 pneumatic winches can be operated from any one of 6 quick disconnect pressure supply fittings. The cargo deck stretches rearward on one level, unbroken by bulkheads or other obstructions. Refueling and servicing can be accomplished during loading and unloading of the airplane. For refueling or defueling, adapters are installed in the hull below the left wing. The R3Y is designed to provide ease of maintenance where fixed servicing, repair, and docking facilities are not available. Service crews can, if necessary, change engines while the airplane is waterborne. Other major items, such as props, leading edges, or float assemblies, can also be changed in the water. Each of these items can be reached from within the airplane through a door and ladder arrangement in the main cargo compartment. The location of other access doors and removable plates makes it possible to perform post-flight and pre-flight inspections while the airplane is waterborne. Complete transformation from cargo to passenger carrier can be accomplished in less than 1 hour. Lightweight, easily installed litter support structure transforms the unobstructed cargo compartment into a hospital plane for 92 litters and 12 attendants. The R3Y2 has a bow door, which consists of the entire nose section, providing an opening 100 inches wide and 80 inches high. An unobstructed approach to the bow ramp is possible within a 270-degree forward quadrant. Forklift trucks and mechanized equipment can be driven up the self-contained bow ramp directly into the cargo compartment. Like the bow door, the ramp is electrically operated and permanently attached to the airplane structure. Both the door and the ramp can be operated manually in an emergency. The load for this seaplane will be a full platoon of Marines, consisting of 45 men and their personal fighting gear, a 155-millimeter howitzer, a cleat-track prime mover, and a reconnaissance vehicle, for a total payload of 22 tons. The R3Y2, with its bow door and ramp, the unobstructed interior, broad level deck, and great volume, makes possible the carrying of large and varied cargoes. Loading completed, the seaplane prepares to get underway. No auxiliary craft are needed. The props are reversed and the aircraft backs out of its berth, moving easily. To expedite the unloading operation, the bow door is opened and the ramp extended while the seaplane moves into the beach. A large cutout in the bow door permits the pilot to guide the seaplane to its beaching area. With power in the outboard engines, the seaplane is held perpendicular to the shore. An anchor is available in the stern as a safety measure in the event of power failure. The bow loader makes maximum use of the inherent design of the R3Y by giving perfect access to its straight-through cargo space. It exploits the operational advantage of loading and unloading directly onto beach or shore with a minimum of facilities. When the unloading of the heavy equipment is completed, the seaplane is taxied closer to the shore for the unloading of troops. Time required to unload the R3Y is less than 5 minutes. The R3Y airplane is structurally suited for quick conversion to an aerial refueling tanker. Weight of the permanent provisions for all refueling equipment is approximately 1,000 pounds. The R3Y utilizes the probe and drogue refueling method. Hose reel units, mounted within individual streamlined pods, are located on each wingtip and directly below each outboard nacelle. Drogue units, offset from the center line of the hose, make it possible to preset the trailing position of the drogues and give maximum clearances between the tanker and the refueling fighters. The drogues are housed in reinforced plastic pods mounted on the undersurface of the wing. Hydraulic cylinders actuate doors in the pods, allowing the drogue and its attached fuel hose to trail out. Each of the refueling fighters is equipped with a probe, which fits into the drogue. When contact is made, couplings hold the probe in place. Valves are opened automatically when the connection is made, and fuel flows at a rate of 250 gallons per minute into the fighter's tanks. 4 jet fighters have been refueled in less than 5 minutes. By using 2 of its own fuel tanks to carry jet fuel, the R3Y can carry enough fuel to service 8 jet fighters. During the refueling procedure, the fuel hose is let out or retracted in order to take up the slack between the fighter and the tanker, thus preventing disengagement of the drogue. 250-gallon per minute fuel pumps are mounted in each of the 4 wing tanks, and a portable light refueling operator station is installed in the cabin by means of quick disconnect fittings. When the receiving aircraft is completely refueled, the pilot simply pulls away, disengaging the connection and automatically cutting off the fuel flow. The hose and drogue are then reeled into the pod, and the pod door closes. High rate of sink landings were conducted in San Diego Bay to further verify structural design. Takeoffs and landings were conducted at a vertical sinking speed at contact of not less than 14 feet per second. 27 landings were accomplished in smooth bay water. 13 of these landings were accomplished at a vertical sink speed at contact of 14 feet per second. The average gross weight was 153,000 pounds. Rates of descent of from 1,000 to 1,600 feet per minute were used, from an altitude of 800 to 1,000 feet. Power and airspeed were held relatively constant until after contact. These series of high rate of sink landings were satisfactory and further demonstrated the rugged structural design of the aircraft. Beaching the aircraft is possible by utilizing the beaching cradle as shown. The R3Y approaches the cradle and mates with it. Then both the airplane and cradle move toward the beach or ramp under the aircraft's power. Steering and directional control is also accomplished by aircraft power. The R3Y1 side loader and the R3Y2 bow loader were designed and built to accomplish 4 basic missions: cargo carrier, troop transport, hospital ship, and refueling tanker.